Hey folks, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave Wildheart, and this week we are checking out a video by a guy called Bruce Springsteen. Now, I have heard of Bruce Springsteen, okay? But he probably wouldn't have been someone I would have checked out on this channel. Not for maybe a few years or so. But this is a Patreon request. So Bill from my Patreon, he has joined the Patreon, and that means he gets a chance to choose the next video. And he chose Bruce Springsteen singing The Ghost of Tom Joad live on The Tonight Show in 1995. So if you also want to get your song to the top of the list, just join the Patreon, and it's quite simple. You can pay, I don't know what it is it €3 a month, $3 a month, 5 or 10, and you get to choose the next song on my list. Anyway, let's get into it. Bruce Frederick Joseph Springsteen was born September 23rd, 1949, making him 75 right now. He's an American rock singer, songwriter, and guitarist, a nickname The Boss, and he's had 21 studio albums over 6 decades. So he is a stalwart of American rock music. This I did not know. He was a pioneer of Heartland rock. I've never heard the term Heartland rock, which is probably my own fault. It's a genre of rock music characterized by a straightforward, often roots musical style with a focus on blue-collar workers and a conviction that rock music has a social or communal purpose beyond just entertainment. So it's extremely fitting that we are checking out The Ghost of Tom Joad, because this is, of course, based on the book The Grapes of Wrath. The Ghost of Tom Joad was a 1995 album. It's an acoustic album. I think it's his second acoustic album after Nebraska. And yeah, I looked through the lyrics, and I'm very, very excited to hear how it sounds. I have a few notes on the lyrics, so we'll be stopping it, having a little discussion on what potentially he is talking about. But I'm really looking forward to it. Let's just get into it, eh? A bit of a harmonica there.
Men walking along the railroad tracks, going someplace and there's no going back. Highway patrol choppers coming up over the ridge, hot soup on a campfire under the bridge, shelter line stretching around the corner. Welcome to a new world order. Family sleeping in the cars in the Southwest. No home, no job, no peace, no rest. Well, the highway's alive at night, but nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire line, waiting on the ghost of Tom Joad.
Man, this is the kind of Bruce Springsteen that I've never seen. I know his classic hits. You know, you're born in the USA, you're dancing in the dark. Santa Claus is coming to town. That is a pretty big hit with my 4-year-old daughter right now. But I've never seen him so stripped back. I know he had obviously big acoustic songs before this, but I've never seen him so stripped back and so putting himself out there. You know, is this a folk song? It's not a rock song, let's be honest. It's a guitar and a harmonica and a wonderful voice. Yeah, hearing him sing so soulfully is quite different from his kind of born in the USA. Like, it's more in-your-face, upbeat rock anthems. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of other music by him that isn't these big anthems, so that's on me for not checking it out. A little bit on the lyrics when he's saying, men walking the long railroad tracks. Railroad? Men walking the long railroad tracks, going someplace there's no going back. That's not only a physical thing of going to California. That's also, I think, implying that when they sink to this level, it's hard to get back on their feet. So if they're getting into the states of poverty, of homelessness, of hunger, getting back to a position of normality is not so simple. Bruce is basically writing his own version of the novel, let's be honest. This is a 90s version of Grapes of Wrath, where some things have changed. Helicopters, for sure, weren't in the original novel. Things like the shelter line stretching around the corner. They wouldn't have had shelter lines back then, or they wouldn't have shelters to have lines at. Everything else is still the same. Yeah, they're still sleeping in cars, the railroad, the campfires, and the main thing that is the same is the societal issues. So the poverty, the hunger, the homelessness, the unemployment are just as bad as they were at the time in Grapes of Wrath. It's obviously a different type, but it's still the same. And I do like the chorus when he takes it up a register. I think when he's saying maybe nobody's kidding about where it goes. Obviously, everyone knows we're heading west to LA and California, but I think maybe the highway is actually going nowhere. And, you know, that's why no one's kidding. Everyone knows it's from a place of poverty to another place of poverty. Maybe. That's my take on it. And the ghost of Tom Joad is quite literally that fighting spirit, that revolution, that justice, that fight for civil and human rights. That's what he's searching for. Man, I do like it. Let's keep going.
He pulls a prayer book out of his sleeping bag. Preacher lights up a butt and takes a drag. Waiting on when the last should be first and the first should be last. In a cardboard box neath the underpass, you got a one-way ticket through the promised land. You got a hole in your belly and a gun in your hand. Sleeping on a pillow of solid rock. Bathing in the city aqueduct. Well, the highway's alive at night. Where it's headed, everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody
sitting
knows,
down
right?
here in the campfire light,
The way he sings that.
searching for the ghost of Tom Joad.
I think we all heard it in that chorus, like when he says, nobody's kidding about where it goes. Everyone knows it's not getting any better. Oh, that's quite a dark line. A lot of this is interpretation, yeah? So I could be completely wrong. So let me know what you think he's talking about in this song. But when he's talking about the preacher, that's just like in the start of the book, no? Is that intentional from Bruce? It could easily be intentional, it could easily be not. Probably is intentional. Come on. Why else would you sing about a preacher? And this whole second verse gets kind of religious in a lot of ways. And when he's saying, waiting for the last, when the last shall be first and the first shall be last, in a cardboard box beneath the underpass. So that's, I had to look up that Bible verse because I don't know much about the Bible. But it's saying, those who have prospered through wickedness will fail, and where the good, who have suffered for the sake of God, will win salvation. So basically, the religious believers, who are the homeless ones, who are the hungry ones in poverty, will, in the promised land, be rewarded. Right? At least that's what I think. I haven't seen anything from Bruce in the 90s. I love his look, yeah? The handlebar moustache. Is it a handlebar or is it goatee? I think it should be a handlebar. I hope it's a handlebar. And he's got the earring holes where his earrings were, and it's kind of mullety, almost kind of slightly receding mullety long hair. It's a look, man. It looks a bit like my old guitar teacher. Let's just finish the song off, huh?
Tom said, "Ma, wherever's a cop beating a guy, wherever a hungry newborn baby cries, where there's a fight against the blood and hatred in the air, look for me, Mom, I'll be there. Wherever somebody's fighting for a place to stand, or a decent job or a helping hand, wherever somebody's struggling to be free, look in my eyes, Mom, you'll see me. Well, the highway's alive at night, but nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light with the ghost of old Tom Joad.
All right. Now I think I get it. Now I understand this whole Bruce Springsteen thing. You know, when you just listen to the big hits or the crowd pleasers, you don't really get necessarily a sense of the artist within. And this song really speaks to me, as I'm sure it spoke to many people over the years. The topic is unfortunately a story as old as time. You know, it's a topic that's still going to be going on 30 years after this song was written, and probably still will be going on 50 years from now. It's about this idea that poverty and homelessness are always going to be a thing, no matter where you are, really. If you move from one place to the West, for example, move to California, it's just another type of issues. You're always going to be struggling. As long as you're on this level of struggle, whether it's working class or blue collar or whatever, I don't know what I'd call it, on this lower level, it's always going to be a struggle. Everything you do is going to be a struggle in comparison to those on the upper echelons of society. Really nice performance, yeah, of course. But hearing Bruce sing so emotionally, so soulfully, so stripped back with just the acoustic guitar and that really haunting kind of harmonica sound, yeah, I get it, man. I really like that. I think I need to watch a bit more Bruce Springsteen. But maybe not with the E Street Band. I find that as good as it is, it's a lot. This was cool. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to join the Patreon, you get to choose the next video. I appreciate every watch, every view anyway on YouTube. So thanks a lot. I'll see you again soon.